I'm Brian Tubbs, pastor of Olney Baptist Church in Montgomery County, Maryland. Thank you for watching this video. I just want to talk to you just for a few minutes about beliefs. How do we know we're right? And how do we know that Olney Baptist Church has got it right on these areas and other churches have it wrong? And a lot of times people will express an interest or want to join Olney Baptist Church, but they were brought up in a different denomination. They were brought up Catholic, or they were brought up in an Episcopal church or Methodist church, or they're coming from a Presbyterian church, or maybe they never really been a part of another church or denomination at all, and they've just been very spiritual, and so they're like, well, how do you guys know you're right? And I was taught this by my parents, and yet you're telling me something different. So how do I know that you're right? Why should I listen to you? And so these are all important questions, and they're valid questions. And so I just want to take a few minutes and just kind of address that. The first thing is, I am not always right. That's very clear, and because I'm a human being. The Olney Baptist Church, even though we certainly, based on our study of Scripture, we believe that we've arrived at the right conclusions on all these issues, but no one here at Olney Baptist Church is going to claim to be perfect. And we're always doing or trying to do what Paul says, which is to test all things and hold on to what is good. And so we want to make sure that we're right, but we try to be humble enough to recognize that we may sometimes be wrong. I'm shooting this video outside, and so there's car noises and there's a plane flying overhead, so bear with me as I shoot this video here. But the point is that we're not always right, and there's a FedEx truck over there now moving, but we're not always right. But when it comes to deciding who's right and who's wrong, it's important to have an objective external standard. And let me give you an example of that. If you were to go to, if someone were to tell you that the earth is flat, and then you go to someone else and someone else tells you the earth is round, it wouldn't be enough to simply say, well, this person said the earth is flat and you're saying the earth is round. How do I know you're right? Who are you to tell me that the person before is wrong? You shouldn't make it about personalities. If your parents taught you that the earth is flat, your parents may be great people, but that doesn't mean your parents are perfect. Your science teacher in school may have said that the earth is flat, but the science teacher at the new school is teaching you that the earth is round. That doesn't mean that the science teacher before is a completely bad, terrible person. It just means that there maybe shouldn't be a science teacher. But the point is, people can be wrong on things, and so don't personalize it and make it about people. Don't allow an emotional allegiance to a person or a parent or a spouse or a previous church to cloud your judgment on what is right and what is wrong and what's true and what's false. There must be an objective external standard that you use. You can't subjectively determine truth. You can only objectively determine what is true. And so when it comes to things like church beliefs, things like salvation, baptism, things like that, these are not matters of preference, taste, emotion. These are matters of truth. And so you have to do the research and study it out and decide prayerfully and objectively whether a particular belief or doctrine or practice is true or not, whether it's right or wrong. And so for Olney Baptist Church, we base our understanding of what is true and not, and what is right and wrong. We base our understanding of those things on the Bible. The Apostle Paul writes that all Scripture is given by inspiration of God and is profitable for doctrine, for reproof, for correction, and for instruction in righteousness. So when it comes to things like the family, when it comes to things like money, when it comes to things like marriage and salvation and baptism and church membership and communion or the Lord's Supper or any of those issues or items, when it comes to anything like that, we at Olney Baptist Church, we look first to the Scriptures. What does the Bible say? What does the Bible teach? And so sometimes we may get that wrong. We try not to. But at least we have an objective external standard, a standard that's beyond ourselves, and that standard is the Bible. So I would encourage you, when you are considering religious truths and spiritual truths, that you have a standard, that you have a barometer outside of yourselves. You and I do not determine what is true. God determines what is true, because God is truth. It's not for us to determine truth. It's for us to discover it. And so I would encourage you to make that your perspective as you seek the truth. Thank you for your interest in Olney Baptist Church, and thank you for watching this video. God bless you. Have a great day.